ever since Elon Musk acquired Twitter, liberals and the left and motherfuckers online have been mad as fuck. They've been mad, saying Twitter's gonna die, Twitter's gonna shit, Twitter is dying. I think when he finally got it, there was like a hashtag for like 2 weeks, Twitter is dying, but then nothing happened. That shit has been exactly the same, aside from little aesthetic changes. Some people's getting fired, but jobs like Twitter, a lot of those software, a lot of those tech jobs, there's a lot of people that are working, they don't do nothing, bro. They don't do nothing. I remember I was reading about that. So I mean, I'm not really, if all those jobs were so important, then how come Twitter didn't come crumbling down when those people got fired? But anyways, Elon had an interview with BBC, and apparently he slaughtered them. I guess it was a whole like 40 something minutes, but we're just gonna watch a clip and we'll see what they're hollering about, because this shit been going viral for the past couple days, bro. We'll see what's up.
Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. And if at the point at which you lose free speech, it doesn't come back.
I think the issue some people have is that a lot of people were brought back. I mean, some people were brought back who were previously banned for spreading things like QAnon conspiracy.
Where Elon Musk is bad body, bro.
You have people like Andrew Tate who were brought back, who were previously banned for things like hate speech.
Donald Trump.
Do you think you prioritize freedom of speech over misinformation and hate speech?
Well, who's to say that something is misinformation? Who's the arbiter of that? Is it the BBC?
I'm glad he said that, because we was going through that a lot when COVID was strong. When COVID was going on, boy, we was going through that a lot. Anyone who questioned what the motherfuckers was saying, oh, why are you spreading fake news and misinformation? That's dangerous. People are dying. I'm like, yo, stop, bruh. And it's like, who justifies what is misinformation, what's not? When the doctors or when the experts come out and say one thing, and then, we have to take it back because that's not as true, we put out something else, was the first thing they said misinformation? Technically, yeah, because they were wrong. So it's like, okay, if you're going to punish regular people for questioning stuff, punish the people that put out the wrong information. Or we're all wrong. Either we're all wrong or we're not, bro. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm glad he said that, because that's what these people that's what these people don't understand. You are claiming anything is misinformation. You're claiming anything is hate speech. If you claim everything is hate speech, then nothing is. There was a time when we all understood what was a good thing to say, what was a bad thing to say. If you went around talking about, you hate all black people, if you hate all Muslim people, if you hate all Asian people, that's hate speech, duh. That's hate speech. But now I don't think kids should go through surgery if they're not 18. All of a sudden you hate trans people, you want trans genocide. It's like, yo, and that's hate speech. Like, bro, I ain't going for that shit.
You're literally asking me?
Yes.
Well, no, you are the arbiter on Twitter, because you own Twitter.
Yes, I'm saying, who is to say that one person's misinformation is another person's information? At the point at which you say that there is, this is misinformation, like, who is going to decide that?
You accept that misinformation can be dangerous, that it can cause real-world harms, that it can potentially cause...
Yes, and the point I'm trying to make is that the BBC itself has, at times, published things that are false. Do you agree that that has occurred?
I'm quite sure the BBC have said things before that turn out to not be true.
Correct.
It is.
You see how you see how he has to change the language so it sounds better? If you say the BBC has put out things that are false, that sounds real super negative. When you first hear it, you immediately get that negative feeling. So he switched it up. I'm sure that there's probably been maybe times where the BBC put out something that maybe wasn't true. Maybe. It's not as direct. You feel me? You don't get the same feeling, the same response. Because you understand, when it comes to language, when it comes to anything that humans do, any behavior, any language, any action, there's going to be a specific response based on how you do what you do. If you say something a certain type of way, you're going to get an immediate primal base response. If you do something a certain way, you're going to get an immediate response. If you dress yourself a certain way, you're going to get an immediate response. If you see somebody in a suit, you immediately think, oh, he got some business to do. That don't mean it's true, but that's what you're gonna think. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, all I have to say, language matters.
Whatever it is, 100-year history, I'm quite sure.
Yes. Even if you aspire to be accurate, there are times when you will not be.
We've spoken to people very recently who were involved in moderation, and they just say there's not enough people to police this stuff, particularly around hate speech in the company. Is that
What
something
hate
that you
speech
want
are you
to
talking
address?
about? I mean, you use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
I mean,
But just a personal anecdote, like what do you? I don't.
personally, my for you, I would see I get more of that kind of content. Yeah, personally, but I'm not going to talk to the rest of for the rest of Twitter.
So you
But
see more
personally,
hate speech personally.
I would see more hateful content in that.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, just content that will solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
Well, I'm
saying.
just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content.
It's so weird. It's like this reporter, this interviewer did not, like, he wasn't prepared for an interview or something. They act like he's scared to talk. Like, bro, say what you got to say.
And I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
You
don't.
can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore. Because I just don't particularly like it.
But you
And
said
actually,
you-
a lot of people.
See, and look, I understand. Let's say if you're in just a regular conversation and you don't remember something that you saw, because why would you? But if you are a interviewer, reporter, and it's your job to confront people like Elon, people like, I don't know, Andrew Tate, people like Trump, bring receipts. You know what I'm saying? Bring receipts. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. Oh, can you name an example? Actually, yes, I can. I got some right here. Like, come on, bro. Like, why would you come to this and not be prepared? You're going to talk about, you've seen hate speech on Twitter. You've seen more hate speech on Twitter. You've seen all types of shit on Twitter. Why would you not come with screenshots? So you'd be like, here, Elon, look, Elon, look. You know, like, bro, L, right? Nigga taking an L, big fat L. The verdict is L. Let's keep going.
A lot of people are quite similar. I only
Well,
look at
hang on
my
a second.
following.
You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one.
I'm not sure I've used that feed for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and
Well, then how did you see that hateful content?
Because I've been using Twitter since you've taken it over for the last 6 months.
Okay, so then you must have at some point seen you hateful content. I'm asking for one example.
Right.
And you can't give a single one.
And I'm saying
Then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
really.
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
See, if I was there, I could give him an example. I ain't gonna lie to you. There is a page. Matter of fact, there's 3 pages, but I only remember the name of one of them. One of the ones that I don't remember the name. The picture is like I think the picture is like a Greek statue. That's the profile picture. I'm not sure. But that page, I think that page is like actual like literal Nazis, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The other one is called Shaniqua, posting Shaniqua L's or Shaniqua L's daily or some shit. And the whole page is like, every tweet is about black women and like making fun of them or bashing them or whatever. And it's like, okay, if you make a whole page, damn, this shit loud, bro. And I'm like, okay, if you make a whole page bashing black women, bashing black people, you don't think that's a little bit racist undertones? Why? What other reason would you make that? I haven't seen whites taking L's. I haven't seen Asians taking L's. I haven't seen that page. The only taking L's page I seen was, I think, like liberals taking L's or something, or L's daily or some shit. But you made a page specifically about black women. You gonna tell me that's not racist? And if anybody argues with you, what do you call them? Shaniquas, ratchet ghetto hoes? Like, you're doing it like it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the page up here so y'all can see it. And if you look at all the replies on the tweets, it's like, yo, come on, you know who the target audience is. This is obviously racist. It's obviously racist. Like, come be for real. But I didn't see it on my For You page. I actually came across it because someone else was talking about it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I would have brought that up to Elon. You know what I mean? But again, this motherfucker don't know shit. You know, it's crazy. He kind of look like Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's a false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What? No, what I
Wait,
claimed
whoa.
was...
What he lie? Hold on.
Content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well...
That's a false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
What I claimed was there are many organizations that say that that kind of information is on the rise. Now, whether it has on my
Give me
feed
one
or
example.
not... I mean, right, and
Literally
if you
can't
look at
name
something
one.
like the Strategic Dialogue Institute in the UK, they will say that. So
Look, people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a
Right.
single example, and you can't name one.
right, and as I've already said, I don't use that feed. But
Well, then how would you know that?
I don't think this is getting anywhere.
You literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
That's absurd.
It's so
I
dumb,
haven't-
bro. Like, why would you not come prepared for this?
I
It's
haven't
crazy.
actually looked at that feed.
Then how
say,
would you
for a
know this
few
hateful
weeks.
content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on. We only have a certain amount of time.
Wow.
COVID misinformation. You
Amazing.
You changed the COVID misinformation
Has
rules.
BBC changed its COVID misinformation?
The BBC does not set the rules on Twitter, so I'm asking you.
No, I'm talking about the BBC's misinformation about COVID.
I'm literally asking you. About, you changed.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, this is funny, bro. This is funny. These is like, oh, what about BBC? I'm talking about the Twitter. But what about the BBC misinformation? And they just staring at each other, bro. Yo, nigga trolling, dog. They trolling.
The labels, the COVID misinformation labels. There used to be a policy, and then it then disappeared. Why do that?
Well, COVID is no longer an issue. Does the BBC hold itself at all responsible for misinformation regarding masking and side effects of vaccinations, and not reporting on that at all? And what about the fact that the BBC was put under pressure by the British government to change its editorial policy? Are you aware of that?
This is not an.
That's true. They don't talk about side effects from the vaccines because it doesn't fit the narrative. They want everyone to get the vaccine as much as possible, and there's a financial incentive to get the vaccine as quick as possible, as soon as possible. So you put out any side effects, what is that going to do? That's going to make people think twice. Like Michael Jackson said, always think twice. Of course, they don't talk about side effects of vaccines. You know, I was looking up the other day, and like I think it was like 80 or 70% of the world had gotten the vaccine. I'm like, yo, how did they even know that? I feel like that number is fake. Because how would you know niggas in a village somewhere in Brazil or something, or in Africa, or some hut somewhere in the countryside of Europe or Russia, how you know if them motherfuckers got the vaccine or not? You know? They probably sent missionaries over there with some vaccines in a Jeep. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Lord's work. Hell nah. I'm not vaccinated. I'm not. So, I don't know. If you vaccinated out there, let me know in the comments if you vaccinated. If you fell for it.
Interview about the BBC.
Oh, you thought it wasn't?
I see now why you've done Twitter Spaces. I am not a representative of the BBC's editorial policy. I want to make that clear. Let's talk about something else. You want to talk about the
interviewing you
BBC?
too.
All right, let's talk about something else.
You weren't expecting that.
That's crazy. I wonder if there was any other good parts from that interview. I might do some digging. If I see anything else that's interesting, I might make a video talking about it. But hey, Elon got him. You know, you can't lie. That BBC reporter interview was not prepared. That shit is going to come out of his paycheck, okay? Matter of fact, he might even get fired. I'd fire that man if that was me. Like, nah, nigga, you fired, bro. Why would you go and interview this dude that is a known political enemy for them, and you don't come prepared to really own them? Own them. You know what I'm saying? Like, own the conservative talking heads. And make it too easy. Make it way too easy, bro. But hey, man, that was the video. Let me know what y'all think down below. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I drop these videos straight to your cellular device. You know what I'm saying? Straight to your iPhone, Android, tablet, Nokia. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.